There are pockets of famine, like you said, in the country.
Yes.
So we have a government that is seeking solutions. Most of these places are people who are also coupled with drought and famine. They're battling poverty as well. So how does the government make that person who is suffering, who is facing all those myriad of problems, how do they make it easier for them in terms of food security?
I mean, you start from a simple principle or premise that a country should be able to feed itself with the basic staple foods that are important to the people. So here it's maize.
Right.
So if you start with a simple premise that you should have sufficient maize because this is the national dish, then you have to look at a crop how are the maize stocks every year, and what kinds of varieties, how can you improve it, and what is the major challenge to maize? Drought is a big one. And then how can you support farmers who are mostly smallholder farmers? So they have a limited capacity to buy inputs like pesticides, fertilizer. They have limited access to credit. So how can you help these ecosystems of smallholder farmers who are the ones actually feeding the nation?
Right.
And you can do it. I mean, I was very happy to go to Kirinyaga 2 weeks ago. We went to Mwaye and we looked at a demonstration plot that of actually hybrid rice and BT cotton, where the new improved varieties farmers were invited to try them and to grow them, and then invite other farmers at point of harvest to tell them what happened. And so what was great about this, so we were with the Africa Agricultural Technology Foundation, who does a lot of work here in Kenya, looking at hybrid and genetically modified seeds.
Right.
So where we were looking at hybrid rice. And this rice was amazing because this rice was bred by plant breeders in Kisumu, and then crossbred in Malindi to strengthen it. And then now here we are in Kirinyaga, so it's like truly Kenyan rice.
Right.
And farmers there had a part in developing the varieties. So they gave the scientists input on, we want longer grain. The millers gave the varieties. So now the farmers were invited to look at this harvest and to see if it's what they want.
Right.
So I'm bringing this in because what was interesting about that, it's not just about the seeds. You also have to say, what else do they need? You also need a level of pesticide or pest control, and which ones are environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Fertilizers, so how do farmers get those? And then access to credit. And because at that meeting, there were also banks who were working with farmers saying, if you plant these improved varieties, we are fairly sure that you're going to get a good yield, you're going to sell for a good price, so we're more likely to lend you money so that you can do this. And so you incentivize the whole systems towards higher productivity and yields. And I really, really like that within a community, within a locality. And then within that same community, because many farmers were still using traditional varieties of maize that were actually, we went past, and they were just dying. It was devastating. It was really sad to see just hundreds of acres just horrible and depressed farmers. But some farmers were encouraged to try BT cotton as an alternative so that they at least had a cash crop to buy food and to take care of their families should the maize fail. And you could see in the same locality, BT cotton doing well, hybrid rice doing well, the maize not doing well because they hadn't used drought-tolerant maize.
Right.
The point is, wherever you are, Kenya has 5 agroecological zones. You're growing a particular crop. You need certain inputs. You have certain challenges. Is it drought? Is it floods? Is it pest? You can make better choices. But how does the farmer make these choices? They generally just ask each other.
Right.
And then if one person gets it wrong, they all get it wrong.
Right.
Yeah.